Hey, good morning. It's good to see you today. I want to say thanks for all of you who spent time praying for me yesterday. I feel like, told Joe this morning when I got into the office, if you don't feel like $1,000,000, I feel like 500,000, which is a great start. So thanks for your prayers yesterday. Things are on the mend at the Mulholland House. This week we're talking about Daniel chapter 12 and how when we face trials, we have a choice. We can see them as opportunities for growth, or we can see them as excuses to continue in negative patterns and negative behaviors. And I know this is a real challenge for us. I know that when hard things come, we often want to retreat from them. We don't want to do them. As I was kind of thinking about this, I was thinking about when I was going to go back to school. I did that twice. I've done that twice in my life, going back to school. And the first time, I felt like when God was calling me into ministry, I needed to go back to school. And that was a very challenging time for us. I was working full time outside our home. I was supporting our family with our 3 children. I was serving not quite full time within the church. I was serving as our church's volunteer youth pastor. I was also serving as an elder on the elder search team for a small part of time, and then I was just doing normal church things and doing normal family things, and on top of all that, I was going to school full time. And what my days looked like was Monday through Friday I would go to work. Excuse me. I would go to work and I would get home around 5 o'clock, and we would have dinner together. We would do some sort of family activity, and that was usually around the game of Foursquare in our backyard. And then probably 6:30, 7 o'clock, I would go into our office in our house, and I would stay up until 11 or 12 at night doing schoolwork. And that was a really hard time. That was a really challenging time. And then I went back to school about 7 years later, 6 or 7 years later. It was very much the same thing. It was working full time. By then I was working full time in a church. We were in Cedar Rapids, and I was doing school full time, and we had kids full time and full time husband, all of those kinds of things. And those things really refined and cleansed and purified me, and purified, cleansed, and refined the sin out of me, but really gave me a lot of disciplines that I find very useful for me today. So these hardships and these difficult situations really can lead to a time of personal growth if we see them as opportunities for that. If we look at them as an opportunity, yes, this is going to be really hard. This is going to be really challenging. This is going to be really difficult. And I want to see this as an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity for me to become like the person that God wants me to be. I want to just say, I would just remind you, we talked about this on Sunday of God isn't just giving us answers to things, but he's shaping us into a person who is more like him, who is more like Christ, who has behaviors and qualities that are more like Christ. And what I would just encourage you to do is, as you face trials, see them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow in this? And that doesn't mean it's not hard. It doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging. But what it does mean is we have opportunities to grow. Daniel 12:10 says this: "Many will be purified, cleansed, and refined by these trials, but the wicked will continue in their wickedness, and none of them will understand. Only those who are wise will know what it means." So we're going to be talking about that, accessing God's wisdom over the next few days. We're going to be talking about this choice that we have. When we face trials, what are we going to do? How are we going to grow? My hope and my prayer for you today is that you will push into those trials, that you will lean into those things and see them as opportunities for growth so that you can be more like Christ. I want you to know that I love you and I'm praying with you and I'm praying for you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon.